What's up, Virgo? Let's get into your reading here. I got a bunch of new cards. I don't remember the last time I've done a reading for you guys, so I apologize. I'm all over the place with my readings because I started working again and I've been working hella hours. So they're random. They're just whatever spirit tells me to read. And right now I'm being called to read for Virgo. So, like I was saying, I got a bunch of new cards. So we are going to be doing a shadow reading here. We're going to be looking into shadow aspects, shadow traits. Um, yeah, that's what we're doing. So let's see what we have for Virgo. Actually, I'm going to roll these other two and we're going to see what aspects of your life this is showing up. So what do we have for Virgo? Saturn. Okay. Libra just got this as well. So Saturn is discipline. It's karma. I'm getting karma. I'm getting like structure, masculine energy as well, possibly. And then we have 10th house. Okay, so Capricorn. Saturn is also Capricorn energy as well. So strong Capricorn energy here. You could have that in your chart, or that's just something that um, the energy is strong, like in your vibe right now. 10th house energy is also like status and workplace issues. Okay. You could be having issues when it comes to your status, how people view you. Aquarius got a very similar reading. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get into it. What do we have for Virgo? Highest love and light for Virgo spirit. What do we have for Virgo? What shadow aspects does Virgo need to... Wow, this is the first card that came out for Libra, you guys. And I shuffled it, okay? So it's not a coincidence. Distrust. First card, same position too. And this says faith in oneself can rebuild trust in others. Suspicion, doubt, and mistrust. So Spirit is asking you to have faith in yourself here. Okay. Trust yourself again. Learn how to trust yourself again. Learn how to trust the universe again, because there's something here. There's this inability to trust those around you or what's going on. There's a lot of suspicion possibly around what's going on. What else do we have for Virgo? I'm getting also like, okay, I'm not going to take those. I am going to take this one though. I'm getting also like a imposter syndrome, like something about your work or your status. You're like, nah, that's not, I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting that for someone. We have depression. Okay. Second card out is depression. This too shall pass. Every storm brings a rainbow. It's sadness, hopelessness, and despair. So a lot of you guys are suffering from depression because of this distrust. What else? What else for Virgo? Highest love and light, please. What else for Virgo? One more. Thank you. Grief. Grief is the final card out, Virgo. And it says, in pain, find healing and deeper connection to the self. Sorrow, mourning, and loss. In pain, find healing and deeper connection to the self. There is a strong need to connect back to yourself, Virgo. To trust in yourself again, have faith in the universe again. But to find a deeper connection to yourself again, this depression, it feels like a disconnect from yourself here. And that's so interesting because look at these rainbows right here. I don't know if you guys could see this, but they're not connected. You guys see that? I know it's probably going to be blurry because it's up close. But this side of the rainbow is like going over, and then this side is like kind of going under. Do you see that? It's not connected. Wow. Yeah. There's a disconnect from yourself here. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? We have ego. Beyond the facade of ego lies the depth of true character, arrogance, pride, and vanity. Okay. So once again, that ego is making me feel like there is something here with your status. Let's get into this though. Let's get into this. Now it could just be something about work, okay? Or like maybe you spent a lot of time worrying about your status or living through your ego, and there's something here. Like maybe you experienced a type of grief or the loss of something that you were like, wait a minute, universe, you lied to me. You told me that if I just made a lot of money, I'd be happy or something like that. And then you like experience some type of grief that puts you in depression. And now you're like, fuck life. I've been doing, or I don't know, there's something here that like you've been doing everything the way that you were told how to, like societal standards, or by societal standards. So like you should have a job and this much money at this age and have a family and this many kids, and this is where you should be at status wise by this time, and blah blah blah. And you've been like following everything by the book or whatever, and you're like, something happened. It didn't cushion this loss here that you experience, this grief, and you're like, what the fuck world, what the fuck universe, like I've been playing by the rules and it didn't take away this depression or this grief here. Let's see what we have. Let me shuffle this one more time, actually. I'm actually going to start with the grief here. Clarify this grief card for me, please. What is grief here for Virgo? Thank you. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there's something here about like financial opportunity or financial stability, or the lack of here. Ace of Pentacles is a brand new, stable endeavor. It's an opportunity for something to be built upon. It's pentacles, so it's usually something earthly, okay, like money, abundance in some material form. It's in the reverse. Some of you guys may have like lost your house, lost a job. Okay, I'm getting it now. Yeah, some of you guys may have lost a job or lost your finances here. And it caused a lot of grief. It put you in a lot of depression. You're like, what the fuck, world? Like, I've been spending my whole life building money, being disciplined and structured and doing what I was supposed to do, and it didn't bring me happiness. Oh, man. This is a deep one. This is a deep one, Virgo. All right, what else for grief for Virgo? Wow, wow, Spirit. Five of Pentacles. Just look at the imagery, Virgo. Just look at it. Five of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I mean, it doesn't get any more clear. Look at that. Look at them. They're begging for money. It says, spare any money. I need money on their signs. Jobless, homeless, left out in the cold. Oh, wow. What else for grief for Virgo? The High Priestess. Wow, the High Priestess. This situation was meant to bring you closer to God. It was meant to bring you closer to Source. It was meant to bring you closer to yourself. I don't wish this on anyone, but I am going to tell you that this was divinely orchestrated. And you guys are actually a very spiritual being here. So I think Spirit needed to shake you up in this way to make you understand that you are this High Priestess. You weren't meant to slave away your life to money, to society, to work, to build your status. No, you're actually a very highly ranked spiritual being here. Okay, but you don't realize that because you've been operating on this third dimensional plane, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what we're here. We got to learn how to live with the 3D here, right? We can't fully be up in our heads and only connected to spirit at all times. Like, we have to integrate it. But this was meant to lead you to your path of spirituality. Wow. All right, let's get this depression here. What's this depression for Virgo? What is this depression for Virgo? Highest love and light, Spirit. The Magician. Yeah. This situation, this depression, this grief, this loss, this financial upheaval, this financial loss that you're experiencing, This is so that you guys learn. I mean, the high priestess with the magician, you guys are very powerful. And you have actually the ability to manifest for yourself, to create this happy, stable life in a way that's different from what you were taught. You were taught that, that it's that hustle culture, that grind culture, that like no sleep, just work. Like that's how you were conditioned, which a lot of people were. But you're realizing I actually don't have to do all that to live abundantly. I don't actually have to slave away my life to not only, I mean, it could get all taken away, which it did. It did. You saw that. It got all taken away. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I've been working hard for all of this, for it to just get taken away, because that's just how society works sometimes. Like, the economy could just crash and we lose all our money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the money is not guaranteed. It comes and goes. It always goes. It always comes, but it always goes. You know what I mean? Like, so, um, I'm hearing the song Bury Me in Gold by Big Crit. Oh, wow, you guys, not a coincidence. He's a Virgo too. Wow, you guys, I'm getting the chills. He's a Virgo, and I watched this on his Tiny Desk concert. He was talking about why he wrote Bury Me in Gold, and he's a very spiritual man, and he was saying that, um, he was asking to be buried in gold, not because he values his riches and his gold so much, but because he would gladly give it all away in order to get into the kingdom of heaven. So when he dies, bury me with all my gold and I will give you all of it, just to prove that I don't need all of it. I don't need all of that I accumulated. That's exactly what I'm getting from this magician. Listen to that song, you guys. Bury Me in Gold by Big Crit. Listen to, I'm telling you. Oof, I want to cry because I got the chills. This is beautiful. What else for depression? Also, the magician is mercurial energy. It's Virgo, Gemini energy. So this is definitely you. Like I said, I don't wish this on anyone, but there is a silver lining here. There is a blessing in this, this loss, or this dark energy. It's a blessing in disguise. I know that's hard to hear, because how can it be? I'm sure you're thinking, how can, if you're jobless or homeless, how could that be a blessing in disguise? But somehow it is. It is. I can't even explain it. What else for depression for Virgo? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, first of all, look at him. This is somebody who, with this imagery right here, first of all, I am getting, they have everything they need without an overabundance of it. Okay. He looks like he's like van life living. Okay. Some of you guys may have like adopted more a simplistic lifestyle, and it's working for you, where before you maybe just your ego wanted more, um, but you're learning that you have everything that you need. Also, the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady movement, and the Knight of Pentacles, I love him so much because yes, he may be the slowest moving knight and has the least to show for it in a certain amount of time. But at the end of his journey, he's going to have the most stable, secure pathway. He is going to have built something for him that isn't going to get crumbled and taken away. Okay, so that's going to be different for all of you guys. It may not be an accumulation of money again, but for example, some of you guys maybe lost your house, but then you went like off-grid living and built your own house, and they can't take that from you. Do you get what I'm saying? That may not be the exact circumstance for all of you guys, but maybe you learned how to live a certain way by your own means, with, in a way that, like, okay, like food, for example, you started growing your own food. They can't take that away from you, right? Unless you can't, grow on the land that you're growing on anymore, whatever. I'm not trying to get into the details, but like, you're learning how to be self-sufficient. You're learning how to build for yourself in a more stable way, or you're doing it all over again, right? It's not in the same way though. You're not going to rebuild in the same way. You're going to rebuild, yes, because you're a Virgo and that's what you do, and you work hard. You're going to manifest something for yourself here with the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles, and it's going to be very stable and secure and possibly abundant, but it's going to be done in a different way. So in that way, it's going to be different for all of you guys, but it's a slow and steady process of manifesting your way out of this depression. Okay. And I know that's a weird way to put it, manifesting your way out of this, but I think that's what you're doing. Like, you're learning that, like, you can actually build a better life for yourself than you had before, even though in the in between periods you were in this grief, depression, distrust, like, where the fuck do I go from here? Like, but it's like that energy of like, you could only go up from here, and that's what you do. right? You hit a rock bottom. Five of Pentacles to me is sometimes a rock bottom, especially if we saw it with the Ten of Swords here, which we don't, which shows me that you're not completely at a loss here. Like, yes, you may have hit rock bottom, but you're building your way back up. You can't get any lower than this, you know? Which is once again why I said I don't wish this on anyone, but it's actually connected you to this high priestess energy, this high priestess magician energy. It's almost like I'm getting like a near-death experience. I don't know why I'm getting that. But like, you know, when people have near-death experiences and a death is supposed to be something like scary and traumatic and the end-all be-all type of, you know, experience, but then they like have this like spiritual experience, and then when they come back they have like this whole new view on life. It's like that. That's kind of what I'm getting. What else for depression for Virgo? The Eight of Wands. Ooh, interesting imagery for the Eight of Wands here. Huh. This looks like a ray of sunshine is coming in right on her eyes right here. Which is interesting because the Eight of Wands is fast movement. It's momentum, it's energy moving quickly. It could be messages of some sort. So I do feel like as quickly as you may have fallen out of this depression, you're going to get yourself out of it faster than you thought. Okay. You're not going to sit in this as long as you thought, but also there's this illumination taking place with this light shining down on her eyes right there. There's going to be something that's going to get you out of this darkness. It's like dark all around you, but then this something comes in very quickly that like helps you see your way out of this. And that's going to be different for all of you guys. Let's see what this distrust is. What's this distrust for Virgo? Okay, we have the Chariot and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Strong water sign energy here, Cancer energy. Knight of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be though. So Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is, first of all, check it out upright. Okay, this is like, I don't want to say player energy, but this is like lover boy energy. Okay, he definitely likes to give his cup to everyone, especially when he's in the reverse like this. Okay, now I'm not saying that's what you're dealing with, although it could be. Maybe you had like a love situation that kind of left you out in the cold, and maybe you did a lot for them. Libra had a very similar reading. Like I said, they also got distrust in the same place. Whatever this Knight of Cups in the reverse is, you're overcoming it. You're overcoming it in a very powerful way. I don't know what other word to describe it besides powerful, but yeah, the Chariot is just like riding right, like look at, they're in a motorcycle. This guy's in a car, okay? Like it's like he's gonna beat them. I don't know. There's something about like you just bulldozing over this issue. The Knight of Cups in the reverse could also be like a lack of creativity or a lack of connection to your emotional side, or not being able to deal with your emotions correctly. Okay. Let me get one more though, because remember, we're clarifying this distrust here. Maybe you don't trust your own emotions, or maybe, let's see, one more for distrust for Virgo. Thank you. The Fool in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you feel foolish. Okay. You feel dumb. You feel, some of you guys may have followed your passions and it was all taken away from you. And now you're like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to follow my passions now? So you feel foolish for following your passions, following things that bring you joy, but you're going to overcome that. Spirit's like, don't sit in that. No, 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 no. This is that, it's almost like a test here to see if you're going to keep pushing and keep like, well, I can't go this way, so let's go back this way and try that way, right? Or are you just going to give up completely? Well, I was blocked in this direction, so I guess I can't do it. No, I don't see you doing that. I see you turning back around and going the other direction, still trying to get to the same place. Like I said, it's going to be slightly different. It's not like you're here. Maybe before you followed your passions, but you were too focused on getting the money that came with your passions. Now Spirit's like, I'm going to take all the money away from you. All the money that you can gain from these things that you call your passions. Now do you still want to follow it? Ah. And you're like, yeah, I think I do. Right? Like, now, like I said, a lot of you guys, this was somebody that you were dealing with and you feel silly for, I don't know, letting them be in your life, involved with your finances. because it seems like they were maybe a reason here as to why you were at this major loss, left out in the cold. Maybe they took a lot of your money, or you spent a lot of money on them, or something like that, right? I don't know. But with the Chariot here, you're overcoming all of that. You're overcoming all of that. So let me get some advice for you guys moving forward on this situation. I do really see things working out, though, you guys. I know you're struggling right now trying to get past the depression of this and the grief of the loss. Okay. And this could have been a relationship. I just feel like for a lot of you guys, it's job wise, or it's like purpose wise, where you're like, well, what is my purpose now? Okay. Or what do I do now? But I think there was just too much of your view on life was tied to the 3D: money, status, jobs, titles, things like that. And you're learning that that's not important. This is all working out for you. It is. Let's get some advice for Virgo. Advice for Virgo, please. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Page of Cups. Let me get one more. One more for advice for Virgo on this situation. Thank you, Spirit. And the High Priestess again. Are you kidding me? Page of Cups, the High Priestess. First of all, I do want to point out that you guys are very connected to this. I'm telling you, you're very spiritual and you may not even know it. Like a lot of you guys were trying to, you were trying to win here on the 3D by doing 3D things, right? Corporate jobs, 9 to 5, desk jobs, things like that. And Spirit's like, you could actually win here by being spiritual. Like some of you guys are meant to be like teachers or spiritual, like psychics or healers or something like that, where you could still live comfortably and abundantly and have everything that you need, right? But you're fulfilling your purpose here and you feel more connected. It doesn't feel like you're spinning your wheels and trying to work hard, and then it all gets taken away from you. No one can take away your connection to Spirit. That's what I mean here by like you're cultivating and manifesting something here that can't be taken away from you. With the Knight of Wands in the reverse, let me see what this is. What's this Knight of Wands in the reverse? Because this is someone who could be reckless, impulsive. It's kind of giving me that Knight of Cups in the reverse energy too. We have the Hierophant. Wow, you guys. Okay, some of you guys are going from, King of Wands in the reverse at the bottom. Some of you guys are going from like this player energy. Oh, okay. Some of you guys were the player. Some of you guys were the player and you lost somebody because you cared more about money here. It's giving very, oh my gosh, no shade on you guys either, because I don't feel like you're a heartless person. I just keep it real, okay? I'm seeing that image from if you know, you know. I feel like a lot of you guys won't know this, but it's like a movie, a Disney movie. It's an old Disney movie, Christmas. I think it's a Disney Christmas Carol. And it is a Disney Christmas Carol. And it's when Scrooge was counting his coins and his wife or whatever was like, Ebenezer, weren't you going to take me and marry me and, take me to, you said you would marry me after you made this much money. And he's like, you're late on your rent on the cottage, so I'm going to have to blah, 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 whatever. And it like broke her heart and she left crying and she's like, you're going to end up alone. She slammed the door and like, he was like, oh, I don't care. Like my money, my money. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm not saying you're like some old miserly Scrooge that only cares about money, but at one point, I think maybe you put too much emphasis on like your job and maybe you lost somebody, or maybe you were kind of in a player energy, non-committal, and you're realizing that's actually where your happiness lies. I don't know. That's for some of you guys, okay? Or it's the other way around where somebody didn't want to commit to you, or someone was just using you for your money and then kind of like left you. Either way, there's this energy of going from like non-committal to committal. Okay. So if you were that player energy, you're now understanding there's more value and caring about your connections and your loved ones than money. Or there is this energy of like, you're still doing that, but it's like, instead of caring about your money and status and stuff like that, you're being very committed to your spiritual practice here. The Hierophant not only is about marriage and commitment, but it's about a higher power here, okay? Learning, knowledge. With the high priestess here twice and the Hierophant, you're very connected to a higher power here, okay? And this is deciding not to be a flake with that higher power anymore, not be non-committal or not be, you know, you're understanding who you are, especially with the Page of Cups here too. It's like this newbie psychic or this newbie spiritualist, right? Like you're learning that you're actually very, very spiritual, but it's still very new to you, okay? But I see a commitment here, especially with the Saturn. You're very disciplined and you're very structured, but now you're putting it to like good use. Not to say that it wasn't good use before, but you're doing it in a different way. And I feel like it's this connection to your higher self, to spirit here. Wow, this is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to end this with a spirit animal oracle. So yeah, as far as advice, you guys, tap into your spiritual practices right now. There's a reason something didn't work out. Everything is in divine timing here. And there's a need to learn how to trust yourself again and trust the universe. Like I said, you may have lost a lot of trust in the universe and everything and everyone around you because you've been doing what you were supposed to be doing and you didn't get the outcome you wanted. But when I say doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's all relative, right? Like doing what you're supposed to be doing by who says what you're supposed to be doing? Society, right? Societal conditioning. Look at you guys got spider with manifestation. There's a lot of manifesting here, a new life for you. It says you weave your web in life. What you see before you is the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it is time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring you all you desire. Virgo. One more here for Virgo. Thank you. Wow, I got the chills. And beaver with balance. Yeah, for a lot of you guys, there needs to be a balance between the 3D and the 4D, 5D, whatever it is that you are expanding into right now, okay? Spiritual wise. It says you're being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. Virgo, I can't make this shit up. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. I mean, yeah. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that here. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some clarity, and I am sending you lots of love. Bye.